Aisha, in the year 2017, a high-level government forum was set up, especially a big committee was set up from different arenas. People were there from the academic sector, from the industry sector, from the government sector, from the bureaucrat sector. So all the crucial sectors were there. They were brought into a single forum where they were asked to, make a framework as to how the 5G technology is going to come up in the country, along with the challenges which it will have to face, and also the challenges, and it has to be in line in synchronization with the global warfare which is currently underway. So the main agenda of this forum was to keep India's roadmap for 5G aligned with the global standards so as to prevent the lack of the homogeneity in global telecom networks. And that was witnessed, Aisha, in the services till 4G services which were there in the country. So the forum was headed by Stanford University's Professor A.J. Paulraj. They submitted their report in the year 2018. So now, finally, after the submission of the report, after the 4 years of the submission of report, we are seeing that the introduction of the 5G technology services are going to be introduced in the country by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In the visuals as well, we can see that how Prime Minister is keenly listening to all the minute details which is going to be briefed to him about how the technology is further going to take the advanced step. And also we can see Ashwini Vaishnaw, who is the IT Minister. He is guided by his MOS, Mr. Chauhan, who is the MOS of the IT industry, IT technology. So there are many of the dignitaries who are already present, and as per the further details, once the visiting of the exhibition place, exhibition center is done, once Prime Minister is actually aware about what the technology is all about, then he will be coming directly to the stage which has been set up in the Pragati Maidan, and he will officially be inaugurating the India Mobile Congress. This is the 6th edition of India Mobile Congress, and the official launch of the 5G technology in the entire country will take place. But we have been told by IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw a few days back. In fact, he was briefing the media unofficially, and he has said that it will start with few selected cities, 13 cities that we have mentioned earlier as well, but gradually in an year or two or three, the entire 5G technology services is going to be rolled out in entire country to the rural areas, to the remote locations. So this is the initiative of the government is all about. Back to you, Aisha.
All right, Arun, now essentially I also want to cross over to Nikhil. Nikhil, now just because 5G is being introduced in the country doesn't really mean that 4G and 3G, for that matter, are going to cease to exist, correct?
The same person who was telling you all the details now as well, since you have asked me about this particular question. Since the 5G service is going to take a while to be launched in entire country, this is the reason why the 4G services are going to continue with the current status. And as per the government plan, it is going to be entirely replaced, by 2 years. So we will have to wait for a while, but the government is, hyperactive. They are working in this direction because if we have to, pace up with all the global countries, and we have to pace up our telecommunication sector as well, because there is this dependency on each and every sector, including that of defense, that the need to roll out the further services has become the need of the hour. And clearly in the visuals as well, we can see that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is currently meeting with many of the big leaders of the telecommunication industry. He is being given the briefing. In fact, behind Prime Minister Narendra Modi, there is a gracious presence of Sunil Bharti Mittal as well, because they are passing to that particular booth which has been set up by that particular company. But if we talk about the data, Aisha, we have been told that Jio has purchased the maximum frequency, that particular, if we talk about the data in person, 88,000 crore is the amount which has been invoked by Jio operator. If we talk about the services which has been purchased by the spectrum, so to say, the technical word for the same, 44,000 crore is something which has been purchased by Sunil Bharti Mittal, that is for the Airtel group. And if we talk about that of Vodafone and Idea, which they are currently in merger with, close to 18,800, 900 something is the amount. That means we can say close to 19,000 crore worth rupees of spectrum has been purchased by the Vodafone and Idea group. So clearly these are the three operators who are now coming up with the rollout of the 5G services in the entire country. Back to you, Aisha.
All right. So essentially, Nikhil, thank you so much for all that information. I also want to pose a question to Arun now. Arun, just give us a brief about how 5G really differs from 4G.
Well, I couldn't get your question properly. If you can just repeat.
Sure. So just give us a brief about how 5G really differs from 4G. Why exactly is this such a big occasion for India?
Well, see, we all know the speed of 4G and the difference it is going to create once 5G is in India. As far as speed is concerned, you will have 10 times more speed than 4G in 5G. And if I can put an example here, you have a 3 hours movie being downloaded in few seconds which with the 4G will take perhaps 10 to 15 minutes. So that's a huge difference, and the kind of quality video calling that you will have, it is unmatched with the 4G, and also the data speed which you will get, that is also something which is unmatched. So there is clear difference, a huge difference rather, between 4G and 5G. But the question here is that how it is going to change the lives of the people of this country. So it has multiple benefits. If you see, if you talk about the daily routine lifestyle of people, it will have huge impacts of it. If you want to download something, it will be just in few seconds. If you want to have a video calling or any work that you want to do through video call, that is something which will have a very, very seamless experience, and especially education, which is something which is being promoted by the government as well. Online education, online meetings that takes place. In that we had seen in 4G there are a few various issues in few areas of the country, and that is something which is going to be a seamless fine in the 5G technology, and that is something which is why Reliance Jio has chosen to demonstrate that angle only, the education angle, when you will have a teacher sitting in a Mumbai school and having connected with the students in 3 different states, in Odisha, Gujarat, and in a different part of Maharashtra. So that will show the quality of the video and how that communication, what is going to be the quality of that video. That is something which will be shown in the demonstration by Jio before the Prime Minister Modi. So these are the things which we can see is going to be the benefits of 5G as far as our education and the daily lifestyle is concerned. But other than that, as far as the economy is concerned, that is something which will have huge benefits of the 5G, because once you have the high-speed 5G in the market, various new enterprises will come, various works will have benefits of the robotic system, the machine system.